once again. Somebody's back
Welcome back. Welcome back.
after
Welcome
another
back.
hiatus. Seems like we take those often these days.
What's up, babes? Welcome back to another episode, Babes and Cocktails, your weekly 2-day dose of real talk, bold tips, even bolder conversations with honesty and positive vibes. We want to create a space for real talk, intentional living, and leveling up without losing yourself. We're your go-to for real talk, some laughs, raw emotions, and of course, with our cocktails in hand. Oh, we got it. Don't worry about it. It's there.
And of course, we know who this
I'm
is.
Robin.
And I'm your girl, Shyne. You know, it's your babes, your favorite duo. Where you come, you sip and you spill, and you say how it is. We're serving bold chats, relatable moments, and we keep it real about love, life, and of course, we always gonna have the perfect cocktail vibes. Cause tonight we a little regular schmegular.
Regular degular.
We ain't doing a little flamboyant this today on the drinks. What you drinking, Rob?
I have Jack in hand, which you all know is what I'm drinking, with some Sprite called Cherry Lime Chill.
And of course, Jameson for me with Sprite tonight on the rocks. So tonight is for every babe out here leveling up. This is the place where real conversations meets real elevation. Whether you're fresh off the graduation stage, starting your first big job, stepping into grads or medical school, or landing a promotion, maybe you're pivoting careers or finally launching your business this year that's gonna make it your moment. This must be here for you too. This must for you too. We're talking about highs of major milestones, degrees earned, goals crushed, dreams turned real, and the lows that sometimes creep in after. The now what, the am I ready, and the why am I already stressed out? Like, I just completed this big accomplishment. Like, what's going
Right.
on? Like, where's the stress coming from?
Chill out.
So,
Calm down.
grab your favorite drink. I'm sorry. Grab your favorite glass. Pour up your favorite cocktail or mocktail. Get comfy. And let's get into this new chapter with new vibes, soft power, and the bold belief that you belong exactly where you're headed, and the real deal of leveling up.
Living it all.
In the chapter you're stepping to now.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Mm-hmm. I think they are.
Because tonight's vibe is all about leveling up and living out loud. The whole toast to evolution. We're calling this one New Chapter, New Vibes, Power Moves, Promotions, and Passion Projects. Because growth doesn't always come with glitter and big announcements. Sometimes it comes in quiet shifts, late nights, bold decisions, and private wins. So whether you just graduated, landed that promotion, got accepted into grad school, launched your side hustle, or even just made it through a tough week with grace, this moment is yours. And it deserves to be acknowledged. But here's what we don't talk about enough. Transition, it's its own journey. Stepping into something new, no matter how exciting, comes with pressure, uncertainty, and moments where you ask yourself, am I really ready for this? That's why intentions matter. But let's be real, with every new chapter comes a new set of challenges. The highs of hitting major milestones, incredible. The lows of imposter syndrome, burnout, and asking, what now? Also very real.
Because this isn't just about checking boxes or chasing titles. It's about moving through your next chapter with clarity, not chaos, with purpose, not pressure. It's about saying, I choose this version of my life and I'm allowed to enjoy it while I build it. And let's not forget to celebrate. That's my favorite. Not just the big Instagram worthy moments, but the mini victories that carry us there. Sending that email, making the phone call, showing up for yourself on the days you don't feel ready. Resting when you could have forced yourself to grind. Every small win is proof that you're moving, you're aligned, you're intentional, and you're unstoppable.
So tonight, we're not just unpacking the highs of new titles and fresh opportunities. We're honoring the truth of transition, the stretch, the shift, the quiet courage, and the beauty of becoming one decision at a time. Let's get into it.
First of all, congratulations!
Man, it look like I'm drinking water.
No, seriously.
Not water.
Whether it's a diploma, a job offer, a title change, or even just courage to finally take the leap to start that business, it matters. So many of us are in such a rush to get to the next, like the next,
The
what I'm gonna
next.
do next. Am I gonna do
Whatever's
this?
next.
Whatever. That we don't take a second to celebrate the now. Think about everything you've overcome to get here. The late nights, the mental breakdowns, the self doubt, the unpaid internships, the side hustles, the rejection. You did it.
Mm-hmm.
Because whether you just crossed that graduation stage or stepped into that new role, you finally say yes to the dream you've been putting on hold, especially that side hustle that you kind of felt like wasn't gonna be your primary breadwinner, but guess what?
It is.
It is.
Indeed.
It is. You
Yeah.
say yes to your dream, and it's your season, and we see you. So, reality check. Now what?
Okay. But then what? The confetti settles. This back wall. The confetti settles.
It does.
The IG posts slow down. Everyone's asking, so what's next? And if we're being honest,
Are they?
sometimes we don't know, and that's okay.
It's perfect.
The truth is, even when you're doing well, it can still feel weird. Like, shouldn't I be happier? Or why do I feel lost when I just won? That's the quiet part no one talks about. The pressure to have it all figured out immediately is exhausting. But here's the reminder that you didn't know you needed. You don't have to know the whole plan, you just have to keep going. The shift from new routines and new stress.
Now let's talk about what happens when life actually does level up. New schedules, new expectations, new stress. Suddenly you're expected to have the same energy every day and still hit the gym. Call your mama, your children, your grandmother,
I'm tired
your
thinking about
your auntie, TD, whoever. And meal prep, as I do,
LOL.
buy my fast food.
I don't.
Take out.
Meal prep. I'm not.
Learning how to manage your time isn't about packing your day. It's about protecting your peace. Start small. Morning rituals. Y'all know that's my favorite.
I do. I do. I do. I
Digital
love it.
detoxes. We have to go on your phone, your information and stuff like that. and being okay with not doing it all in one day. Oops.
That's true.
Because here's the thing, your glow up should not come at the cost of your health or happiness.
Mm-mm.
So, for those listening at any age, because don't think you graduate from college at 21, or 24, or 25. Sometimes it's 30, 35, 41. So, from college to corporate, or clinic, or their business.
Now let's get real about those new spaces. Whether it's an office, my office, or a clinic, or a studio, or your kitchen table as you run your business. The shift from student to employee or entrepreneur is no joke. You go from flexible college vibes to team meetings and project deadlines real quick. Or maybe you're suddenly the boss and you have to make decisions without a safety net. Either way, it's a culture shock.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the reminder, it's okay to feel out of place. You don't have to shrink to fit the room, you just have to show up. Trust me, confidence gets built one awkward email and one bold move at a time.
Failures and that's where you get your confidence from, your failures.
Who let me in here? That imposter syndrome trap.
God damn it. And here I knew I was qualified.
Hmm.
Let's talk about the sneaky voice that creeps in right when you're starting to win.
Hmm.
Imposter syndrome. I hate that. Excuse me. That feeling like you're faking it, like you don't belong in the room, even though you earned the seat, the degree, the job, the opportunity. You finally step into the role you prayed for, you manifested, you wished for, you worked and ground for, and suddenly you wondering, did they make a mistake?
Mm-mm.
Does that sound familiar?
Mm-hmm.
For me, it does. Here's the truth, babies. Imposter syndrome doesn't mean you're not qualified. Imposter syndrome doesn't mean you're not qualified.
Mm-mm.
It usually means you stepped outside of your comfort zone and into your next level. Gotta be uncomfortable, baby. It's not gonna always be comfortable.
Right.
It's not supposed to be comfortable
No.
if it's a shift. So you gotta have a whole mind shift. You're not pretending to be capable. You're not proving to yourself just how capable you've always been. You arrived. You became who you was becoming. Now accept it and
Move forward.
let's get it going. Let's go to this next level because this is the beginning. Every ending is a beginning, and all you have to do is keep going from there
Mm-hmm.
and celebrate it. So guess what? It's time for that sip and spill.
Oh,
That sip
sip
and
and spill.
spill.
That's
That
sip
sip
and
and
spill. Sip and spill. Sip and spill.
All right, babe. Let's get into this sip and spill.
Wait, I gotta sip first.
Cause she about to spill.
We will discuss a few questions and maybe we can leave you with something to sit with or bring to the next wine night, journal session, or soft life check-in. So, cheers to the wins, celebrating accomplishments. We're going to recognize the glow ups, big and small. Do you ever feel guilty or awkward celebrating yourself? And why do you think that is? How do you keep yourself grounded when you're hitting big milestones? And last but not least, what do you consider a mini win that others might overlook but felt huge to you?
Okay, so the first one. Do I ever feel guilty or awkward celebrating myself and what? Yes, I do. I kind of always do. That's why I don't have graduation parties and stuff like that. I'm
Crazy.
going to start celebrating myself, I promise.
Mm-hmm.
But I do. I don't think it's so much. It's probably guilt because, like, I graduated so late, so I feel guilty for not putting myself first all these years, right? So maybe that, and I go because I don't want everybody to be like, I've never been that person like, oh, look at me, I did this, right? So, and I think it's because I don't know. I've always been pretty shy. I know I seem like I'm very outgoing and an extrovert, but I'm really shy and kind of like I rather celebrate everybody else.
She's only shy when she's not around us.
Ain't nobody asking that no. How do I keep myself grounded when I'm hitting big milestones? Realizing where I came from, realizing how I already have what I have, and understand it takes humbleness, grounding myself in the grind, and not giving up in confidence, right? And that's how I keep myself grounded, reminding myself of who I am and why I'm doing what I'm doing and why it's necessary. What do I consider a mini win that others might overlook, but a huge getting out the bed in the morning? Listen to me. I don't think people understand how much of actually that's a major win for me. It may be many to everybody else, but it's like the act of Congress to get me out the bed in the morning, baby. But once I'm up, I'm up. Getting out that bed. Don't overlook that little win. That's big.
That was big.
Baby,
I appreciate it. I don't know.
I'm not a morning person.
Y'all don't know.
I'm not a morning person. I pretend very well at work, but I ain't. So, do you ever feel guilty about or awkward about celebrating wins for yourself?
Um, maybe awkward because I was like, okay, I should have had this degree already, and then it was like, damn, I got my degree literally weeks after I gave birth to the second child.
Yeah, when that
And why do I think it is? Is because I really just didn't know where I wanted to go in life. Like after high school, I was not going to them 4 years, them 12 years in school already took up a lot of time. I wasn't trying to go back to school after 12 years, and I'm still not.
she's not going back to school.
I take
She
classes.
should, but
I watch videos.
she should, but I don't, she's not going. She'd be so excellent if she went to school and get this degree. But yeah. So
So,
why do you think that is?
because I don't want to go to school. But how do I keep myself grounded when I'm hitting big milestones? I take my deep breath and keep going forward because I know that I had a plan and I got to stick to the plan. And what do I consider a mini win that others might overlook that felt huge to me? It's her waking up. I gotta have breakfast in the morning.
Definitely gotta eat her.
I gotta eat.
If you know, you know.
You know me?
You know, you know.
Don't expect me to come to work without eating first. I will bring breakfast to work. I gotta eat.
Okay, so reality check. Reality check. Now what? When the confetti settles. Okay, so you're facing uncertainty after a high achievement. After that high of that achievement, You done floated, you done got through, you done persevered. Now it's time for that accolade ceremony where you get all your whatever you did and how you got it and what you did to get here. Have you ever hit a milestone and immediately felt lost about what comes next? How do you personally handle the pressure to continuously level up after a big accomplishment? And do you give yourself time to pause or do you jump straight into the next goal?
Yes, I hit a milestone and immediately I didn't feel lost. It says, did I feel lost about what comes next? Nope, because I already knew what I was doing. I hit that milestone, I made it, I did it, let's on to the next. Um, how do you personally handle the pressure to constantly level up after big accomplishments? Um, I just, I don't know. It's just like I keep going. Like I have accomplishments and big accomplishments at work daily. Like I overcome the amount of work that I get, or everybody that needs to be fixed at one time, and I just whap, one at a time, and I take care of it, and it's an accomplishment, and the pressure is it's lunchtime. I need lunch because it's about to go down. I need lunch. And my boss was like, go ahead, Robin, go to lunch. So know you got to eat. And then when you come back from lunch, handle your business. I got you, boss man. You know who you are. Do you give yourself time to pause or do you jump straight into the next goal? After lunch, next goal.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna answer these questions with a little substance besides the substance she talk about putting in her body. I got you.
We all need food. Don't do me that.
Have I ever hit a milestone and immediately felt lost about what comes next? Yes, I have.
Yeah.
It's kind of often actually. Like after almost every milestone, especially major milestones, once I accomplish it because I put myself into it so much, I get lost. I'm like, oh, now what? What am I gonna do next? How should I go about doing this next? Because I didn't consider that, while I was going through that first step. So yes, I definitely feel lost. Um, how do I personally handle the pressure to constantly level up after a big accomplishment? Drink. No, I'm just joking.
She drinks, I eat. It
I'm
works.
joking. No, I
Coffee.
probably
She
I
drinks
try
lots of coffee.
baby morning time. No, it's like I'm VIP when I go get my coffee in the morning at work, baby. Hot or cold? Something won't know. Oh, never
I
mind.
thought we wasn't talking about substances putting
That's
in
what
our
I say to
body.
him. Coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. What I actually do after that, I sit there and I just meditate and breathe for one. I definitely do that.
That works.
I kind of write out my next set of goals, right? I kind of give myself like another roadmap, a visual map, if you would want to say, or whatever. And I, one by one, try to tackle it. I stress a lot, though. I ain't gonna lie. I put a lot of stress on myself. I need to work on that. But that's how I try to work on it. Meditating, breathing. And I used to exercise a lot. I'm gonna get back into that, but it used to be exercise. Shut up, because she was my exercise partner, but she divorced me and never
Man.
came back. Do I give myself time to pause or do I jump straight into the next goal? I'm listening. On to the next. On to the next. It's not a good thing. And I'm working on it. But once I'm done with that, baby, I'm on to the next one. The next day. Like I'm I gave myself a week after graduation. But usually that next day, I'm on to the next. I'm ready to go.
You had the same answer.
Mine said less food.
No, yours had more coffee.
Definitely a lot more coffee.
Oh, the shift, new routines, new stress, adapting to new responsibilities, time, and energy demands. How has your schedule or routine changed? And are you okay with that? Or are you managing your time, or is it your time managing you? What helps you to decompress or reset when the new workload gets overwhelming? And how do you make room for joy and softness while navigating new stress?
Okay. How has my schedule or routine changed? And am I okay with that? Or am I managing my time? Or is it managing me? My time is managing me. I think I answered that one. My time is definitely managing me. I'm trying to get a hold of managing my time, but it's definitely managing me. What helps me decompress or reset when the workload gets overwhelming? Music. Works every time. Definitely music. It's my definitely go to is music. When I'm overwhelmed, playlist. Sometimes song on repeat just to get me going. How do I make room for joy and softness while navigating new stress? Self maintenance, self care. I make sure I keep up with my skin routine. I make sure I keep my nails, my feet done because that's my time for me. My pedicure, my just me time. That's pretty much it. My lashes, my upkeep. I think that's what I do.
My schedule routine changed, and am I okay with that? Um, I don't think it's an answer. Am I okay with it? When my schedule changes, it changes. I have to adapt. Um, am I managing time? Time is always managing me. You know how much it how many people do you hear say there ain't enough time in a day? But guess what? I need to learn to manage time more because if we added more than 24 hours in a day, we'd find a way to use up those hours too. So definitely need to learn how to manage my time. Um, what helps me decompress or rest when a new workload gets overwhelming? Um, after I eat, um, definitely gotta have me some sweet tea, and I don't know if I'm playing the gospel or the R&B, but something about to play where in my office. Um, and I'm right back to work. Um, how do I make room for joy and softness while navigating through the new stress? Completing it gives me great joy because I know it's almost over. On to the next day.
Okay, so from college to corporate or the new business or clinic, our doctors out there. Real talk on adapting to office culture, grad school, grind, business, or business ownership. What does intentional rest look like for you now that you're in this new phase of life with your new career that you rock on a daily basis? How do you silence the guilt of slowing down, especially in fast paced environments like the corporate world, clinics, or grad school, or running your own business? And when you're ready to pivot or level up in your career or business, how do you do it from a place of clarity and power, not pressure?
Um, Intentional rest. It is great. Um, I do. I can make time daily to get my intentional rest, and it feels good because I'm not on nobody else's time. I'm on my time. So when I take my time and say, no, it's time for me to go to sleep. It's time for my nap. I need to get a little rest. I intentionally take it and it's refreshing. Um, how do I silence the guilt of slowing down, especially in fast-paced environments, like in my corporate world? I don't feel guilty because if I wasn't there, the job would still be there. So the work's still gonna be there. So that's what I put in the back of my head. So there is no guilt. What don't get done today is gonna get done tomorrow. So that guilt, that I don't have guilt. I've learned that real early, real quick. And when I'm ready to pivot or level up in the career or business, how do I do it from a place of clarity and power, not pressure? I'm not pressured in my career to level up. That's something if I want to do, I can do. So on my own time, I level up. And that's just the way it is. I don't get pressure to do any of that. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm doing it the correct way. How about you?
What does intentional rest look like for me now that I'm in my new phase in life? Taking time for me. Taking time to breathe and relax. Because we don't realize how much we stress our body when we don't take that intentional time to rest. And that's how we get these sicknesses and these different diseases like high blood pressure and cholesterol and stuff like that because we're not taking care of ourselves and taking that intentional time to rest and pause and regroup. So what it looks like for me is taking that time to pause, regroup, breathe, center myself, monitor my heartbeat, monitor my stress level. Making sure that I'm taking care of me internally so I can show up presently for everything else I need to. How do I silence the guilt of slowing down, especially in fast-paced environments? Like I'll say at work. Um, I literally, if I don't slow down, because my job is stressful, right? Because I deal with a lot of moving pieces, and I deal with a lot of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's very very stressful, and if I don't slow down, Chris Shyne don't have no filter and no slowing down, right? When Shyne shows up, everything's cool, right? Because I done slowed down and took time for me to take time for everybody else. But if I don't take time for me,
Who coming?
Chris Shyne. Oh, great. So it's very crucial that I take that time for me because
I just hope Krayshawn calls me
I just
before it gets to that level. Because I could talk at work to her.
she can talk me down and she can like
She called a circle. We're going to answer.
yeah, I'm gonna be like,
She know how to get in touch.
this ain't working too good for everybody else. Because it always works for me. May not look like it for everybody else,
Oh,
but it always works for me. Anyway, um, when I'm at school, when I was in school, slowing down. If I didn't, I wasn't gonna do good. So I had to take that time. And when I'm ready to pivot or level up in my career or my business, which this is our business, and how do I do it from a place of clarity, power, and not pressure? I'm a big planner. I like to write it down and see how it look. I gotta see it. And then once I see it, I can move it around and make it make sense. Because if I leave it up here, nothing makes sense up here. That's why. Yeah, I've been crazy all my life. So I know if I keep it up here, we're not going to get it right. So I put it down on paper. I make sure it's clear. And um, the power is the way that I move. You know, it's very strategic the way I move. I'm very strategic in the steps and how I do things. And I used to do it from a place of pressure, but now I realize pressure break pipes, which means it breaks me down, which means it takes me too long to build myself back up. So I don't do nothing from a place of pressure anymore.
Who let me in here? The imposter syndrome trap. Confronting doubt and owning your space. Have you ever let imposter syndrome keep you from going after something? How do you remind yourself you're worthy of the space you occupy? And who or what affirms your brilliance when you forget it?
Ooh, good questions.
Mm.
Good questions. Have I ever let imposter syndrome keep me from going after something? Yes, a lot of somethings. And to my detriment, right? Because I can possibly be a lot further in the things that I love to do if I didn't struggle with imposter syndrome, which I still do. It's still something that I struggle with, but I'm learning. I'm learning, right? Uh, how do I remind myself that I am worthy of the space that I occupy? Affirmations, definitely affirmations. Um, Sometimes when we show up to places we're supposed to be there for whatever reason, whatever your part is, it's pivotal, right? You're required to be at that time in that place at that moment. That's what I try to remind myself. I'm here for a purpose and a reason, not because I was thrown here and I'm not worthy.
Mm.
And I'm reminded at work all the time because the things me and my group do is not really, for some reason, haven't been done before. But we find a way to get it done. It's not easy, but we find a way to get it done. But if us three and not 4-1 put in that same spot at the same time to do what we're doing, it would not be what it is, right? So we're supposed to occupy that space for however long, right? Whatever. But you have to remind yourself, like I do that. Whatever reason I'm here because I'm needed. Because I'm supposed to be. That's how I remind myself. Who or what affirms my brilliance when I forget it? My circle, my mother, my family, my son. You know, those around me, I guess, who knows my brilliance. Sometimes better than I do. So that's the who. The what affirms? I just try to take in on what I've already accomplished. It's already done. That's my track record. And I try to look at that. What about
Imposter syndrome keep me from going after something. Yeah, I did. That was a position I wanted, and it offered a lot of money, but it also required me to do some shit I don't want to do. Sorry, I don't like the heat.
With an imposter.
I ain't been. I'm getting to nobody addicts with the raccoons. Y'all know I'm gonna tell y'all what it really is. I'm not getting in no attics with no raccoons and squirrels and whatever else up
Baby, I
there.
would have had a taser and
Rats.
some boots, some knee pads, a whole full battle rattle,
No.
long sleeve with a long sleeve on top of a long sleeve with a sweatshirt. Baby, I'd have been drenched coming out the.
Not me. Have you how do you remind yourself you're worthy of the space that I occupy? Because I am needed. I am needed, and I know I'm worthy of that need because I was put in that position, not by myself. Um, so I do know my worth, and I just remind myself that I'm needed. I know I'm needed, and I appreciate it because I'm good at what I do.
Period.
Who or what affirms my brilliance when I forget it? When that phone rings. I got the circle calling. I got the kids calling. Um, it reminds me that the reason why I have to occupy that space because I'm brilliant, and if I wasn't brilliant, we'd all be. Y'all know I'm giving different answers. Y'all know I'm not. We two different people. You know this. Y'all should know this by now. Just know it's all for a good cause.
It really is. Somehow it all comes. All right, babes. The comeback and the glow up is personal. We want you to take a moment right here, right now, and honor how far you've come. This season you're in is not luck, it's not random. It's the result of showing up for yourself, even when it's hard, of trusting the vision before anyone else could see it, of planting seeds long before the flowers have bloomed. The accomplishments we discussed are great, and simply saying yes to the version of you that you've been dreaming about. That's a win, and it deserves to be celebrated. But more than that, you deserve to breathe in it and to breathe it in, to enjoy it, to be fully present in the growth, not just the grind. So you're not behind, you're not too late, you're not fighting to figure it out, and you're not figuring it out too slow. You're exactly where you need to be, building, blooming, and becoming. And when it gets overwhelming, because it will, give yourself grace. Because sometimes the most powerful move you can make is to pause, reset, and come back with intention. You're not just leveling up, you're stepping into your legacy.
Legacy. So let's speak it into this next chapter. I honor my journey. I celebrate my progress. I lead with purpose, pivot with peace, and move with power. My next chapter doesn't ask me to hustle harder. It invites me to align deeper.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
New chapter, new vibes. Same to you. Just more unapologetic, aligned, and unstoppable than ever before. Here's the power moves, passion, to rest, peace, and to every next step we are brave enough to take.
And here's to growth, our glow, and the power of showing up when you're prepared and ready.
Cheers.
Yes, a cheers moment. So, what time is it? What time is it? What time is it? What time
It's
is it?
reminisce time. So I have two questions. Either what's been the hardest adjustment about stepping into this chapter, or share your experience about any new chapter that you entered from the past, or when was the last time you felt like an imposter, even though you were qualified?
Okay. We might have time to answer 2 out of the 3.
I know which one I want.
Okay, so I think I'm going to go with first. When was the last time I felt like an imposter even though I was qualified? I guess I'll go with when I was in the military and I wanted to become a warrant officer, but for some reason I felt complacent. But I didn't feel complacent. I was just nervous. I have very bad test anxiety, and I was going through a lot at that time, and I didn't want that to overshadow. It was just a lot going on, and I was very much qualified because I'm not a genius or nothing, but I'm smart, right? I would have qualified and did what I needed to do, but I didn't believe in myself. I didn't give myself the shot that I deserved. And I give y'all another one. What has been the hardest adjustment about stepping into this new chapter of my life? Okay, so I just graduated and finally got my bachelor's. I got me a little major and a little minor. The hardest adjustment right now is figuring out the path that I want to take to become who I want to become with the degree I have, if that's making sense. I don't want to make the wrong decision, but I don't want to make the long decision, if that makes sense. Right? Because I don't know. I guess that's the hardest adjustment. Just figuring out which path I'm going to take and how I'm going to take it. So.
When was the last time I felt like an imposter, even though I was well qualified? Well, maybe I wasn't the imposter. Maybe the job was the imposter. Ain't no way you gonna give me ain't no way you gonna try to pay me what I made in 2005.
Maybe
In
that's not your
2020.
Maybe that's not your story. Maybe that's their story.
I wasn't the imposter. I knew I was qualified.
That's not imposter syndrome. You got to do something that stop you from getting the position. You did it. Not what they
stopped
did.
me because they should have had gave me I was qualified.
That's not imposter syndrome.
That's what I wanted to make.
But you gotta tell a story about imposters syndrome.
Something that stopped me from getting me. I stopped myself from going to Sydney Kaye. I was supposed to go to Sydney Kaye for here.
Why you stop? What about you that you didn't believe in you that caused you to stop?
How long I was going to do it? Oh, because I had to sit here and hold a rat tail comb the whole time I was doing it.
That was not hard.
I didn't want to hold no comb and brush hair and hold no comb and curl hair and hold no comb and wrap hair all at the same damn time.
What's your next question you gonna answer, baby? Because
Um,
I don't know why she ain't hold that red tail comb. I'm listening.
the hardest adjustment about stepping out into the new chapter would be making sure my confidence was still there. Even though I know I could do it, I still needed that confidence. And sometimes doing it as a a woman, however you want to call it,
And
mother, um it's just awakening because you have to turn over and be like, oh shit, the kid's right there. Yep, I can do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Ain't no choice.
I'm gonna do that.
So that was probably the hardest adjustment, but you know, you get over it. You get over it real quick.
It becomes routine real quick.
The lights will be on. I'm hungry.
That never stops because that one stay hungry. Just imagine them churn.
They do eat like me too. So
All of them. Not one is exempt. Well, guess what time it is?
grab it, grab it,
What
grab
you
it.
grateful for? What you
Grab
grateful
it
for?
too.
What you grateful
Grab it
for?
too.
What you grateful for? What you grateful for? I say, what you grateful? What you grateful? What you grateful for? Let's go, Robin.
I am grateful for having the knowledge and the confidence to be able to make it in 2025 because it's halfway over already.
Is we grateful?
Already halfway over.
We've arrived, okay? Because we are already month 6.
And today is Friday the 13th. I'm grateful for making it through that day.
Baby. Okay, I am grateful for wisdom. I always knew it, but I never understood. Not even want to say understood it, but the concept of getting wise as you got older. I always wanted my wisdom when I was young. I didn't understand why I couldn't have it right now. Like,
it wasn't gonna work.
Exactly. I had to go through things, grow through things, struggle through things,
Learn.
be about things, learn things,
Bump
right?
your head a few times.
Baby, I done split that thing open.
My fucking head hurt.
I done split it open. Ain't no bust nothing.
I don't want to bump that bitch no more.
But I am.
Put on a helmet.
I am definitely grateful for wisdom at this age of 41.
Football helmet.
No, I got that little retarded helmet. God forgive me. Not, the little helmet.
That's a retarded helmet.
So you don't hit your head. I got that. Forgive me. I didn't mean it like not. You know what I mean. Not. I said that wrong. Y'all know what I meant.
I need a mouth guard.
Y'all know what I meant.
For my
The helmet that they give you when you hit your head a lot. That's what I meant. Yes, but I definitely am grateful for wisdom because I've busted my head open plenty of times learning lessons. But I always learned that lesson once. I'm grateful for that too. I'm grateful for understanding that all I need is one time to learn that. And I'm grateful for the wisdom I got from it. And I'm just grateful for the ability to keep growing and learning and flourishing and accomplishing things that I didn't think I could when I was a lot younger.
40s have accomplished a lot.
Baby, 40s have accomplished, if not a lot, everything. Everything. At least I did. All right. Well, I think this is a good one. What you think?
It was pretty good.
It's pretty good little adjustment to your next phase in life. But. All right, babes, we want to leave you with this. Transitions are beautiful, but they're also hard. Growth is exciting, but it's also uncomfortable. And just because you're stepping into a new level doesn't mean you won't have moments where you doubt yourself. You're allowed to evolve and still feel unsure. You're allowed to celebrate and still feel overwhelmed. You're allowed to start again, even after a win. Visualize what it really looks like to walk into your next chapter with clarity, confidence, and no guilt. You don't have to choose between ambition and alignment, success and self care. You can have all. You don't have to have it all together. You don't have to do it all perfectly to be powerful. You don't have to show up and keep going. This new chapter might be scary, but it's also sacred. It's where you become who you're meant to be. So take a deep breath, give yourself grace, and remember that leveling up isn't just about titles, degrees, or income. It's about becoming more aligned, more intentional, and more you. Thrive in transitions, elevation, and master the power of showing up for your next level with intention.
Babes, wherever you are on your journey, celebrating, stressing, starting over, you're doing better than you think. We are celebrating all the glow up moments, the new roles, the promotion, pivoted careers, the big milestones, whether you just graduated, started grad or med school, or finally turned your side hustle into your main hustle. Vibe, this one's for you. Boo. But we also wanted to unpack the weight that can come with them, like adjusting to new schedules, managing stress, push for honoring your mental health, and knowing when to pause and when to push. You are doing enough. You are enough. Your journey doesn't have to look like anyone else's to be valid. Whether you're in the spotlight right now or grinding behind the scenes, you're building something real, something powerful, something you. If you love tonight's episode, we would love to hear from you. Drop a comment below, leave us a review below this episode, and or you can also slide in our DM and let us know or tag us in your post on social media with all the answers and thoughts and achievements. We would love to see them. Please keep us informed and send us updates. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode and our channel with your favorite babes. Follow us, your babes, on social media platforms, Instagram at Babes and Cocktails, and Facebook, Babes and Cocktails. For more empowering conversations, bold opinions, we are your number one cheerleader for all of life's situations.
Thank y'all for rocking with us on this episode of Babes and Cocktails, where we keep it real, raw, and always we keep it cute. We appreciate you and we are grateful for you and your time. So, for more cocktails, laughs, and real talk, chill with us every Friday and Saturday, 7 p.m. Central Time.
Central.
Babes, be bold. Stay true to yourself. Stay focused. Keep growing, evolving, and keep loving.
Yes.
Be intentional and be consistent. Protect your peace and energy at all costs. So, until next time, keep showing up. Keep believing in your magic. Keep your head high and your vibes even higher. And don't forget to rest along the way.
Yes.
Your next chapter is already unfolding. And it looks damn good on you. Thank you for sipping with us tonight. Keep diving, stay true, stay real, and most importantly, sip responsibly.
Catch you tomorrow, babes.
Miracles, magic, blessings, and prosperity.
Later.